What?
Oh, cool, I got the mic. What's up?
No, he's being stupid. Ignore him.
It's only insane because of the gun.
All right, so we're good to go. David can
We'll set the people. We'll set the
I think
people
he's just
down.
finalizing some stuff.
Well, this is what you're going to give out to everybody when they sit down, right?
Yeah.
Damn. What is that map?
Rob, get you some packs, baby.
Everyone,
packs.
can I have your attention, please, for the Digimon case tournament? Please go to your assigned tables as you see on the screen.
Good luck. I don't need luck. I need free wins. Oh, I play Lewis. Free wins.
That's great.
He's not wrong.
Can you guys see it? You guys see that? I want to make sure people's eyes are good.
I think so.
Good. He's got little. I like that. If you don't see your name up there, just ask me.
7.
7?
Oh, this is fucking me. What? I didn't know he bought a case.
Pete?
Why is everything up and I didn't get my deck picture yet?
Oh.
So now I'm just out here with my deck out in the hole. Now, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't get my deck picture. So now, whoever has to play against me just gets to
Sorry, yeah.
everybody in the whole room.
Yeah.
I apologize, sir.
I mean, that's fine.
I gotta start thinking about this, right? I think I'm rush.
Yeah.
Rushing is not the thing to do.
Yeah, that's fine.
So where am I? I'm at the stream.
Yes, you can start setup here.
I didn't get the re-sleep. I didn't get the shuffle. I just go raw.
We still have setup time, man. We still have setup time. Yeah.
Well, I don't have re-sleep my entire deck.
You have to re-sleeve your whole deck?
Oh, I feel it too.
You need help? But you can just start setting up over there.
Premium, and then just search what it's 15-minute timer.
Yeah, 50-minute timer, yeah. You want to try to see if it works? Because I'm hoping we can just bounce it out.
Yeah.
Is Rob against Pete?
Send the link in the general
it's
announcement
Rob?
to the Digimon channel.
Rob, can you go set up over there with Pete? You're going to be on stream. I didn't realize Pete wasn't done yet.
I mean, that's fine.
He was a little peeved at me.
Why?
He was like, my deck's out in the open. It's like,
I appreciate you guys.
They knew what you were playing. Stop it.
Set a button whenever
You got to be like, listen. They knew you knew what you were playing.
Right there? Okay.
Yo, so are you gonna do an announcement to make because some people are starting? So
yeah, I know.
That's fine.
Hey, guys. hold
Guys,
up.
do not
play
start yet,
Do not
please.
start yet.
You can set up, but don't start. Yeah, thank you. Well,
Ooh, they're cheating. Have you started? Bam.
no.
Yo, you went straight for the.
All right. All right, settle down, everyone. Good afternoon, Tamers. Welcome to Rogue Stakes Gaming and Questionables Plays BT15 Case Tournament. I want to say thank you to Rogue Stakes manager Kenny, wherever he shall be, for allowing us to host this event at his store. That's Kenny over there. All right. As always, players, please respect the space and patrons. Some administrative items to start with. We're going to have 5 rounds of Swiss. Then we move to top 8. Each round is 50 minutes with 5 minutes overtime or 3 turns, whichever happens first. Remember, it starts with active player at turn 0. When time is called, of course. Report your match results on the slips provided, which we'll be handing out shortly. Or you could just come to us and we will report that for you. If you need rulings, we have our main judge, Kevin, here to assist you. We also have a special bonus. We have the Digimon 2023 World Champion Peter Frankie in the back.
Right here.
Or right here. Hi. We thank him for joining us. And he has a bounty. Yeah. Players that beat Pete will receive packs upon winning. Yeah. He will start with 5 packs, and each round that Pete progresses, 1 more pack gets added to his bounty. Whoever beats him will also claim his current bounty at that round. Yeah? Again, I would love to thank everyone again for braving the rain and coming today to participate in our first case tournament. Without further ado, we will proceed to start round 1. Yeah, crazy.
50 minutes beginning.
Okay. You have 50 minutes. You may begin.
Wherever, really.
Go. We'll start up. I'll do it.
All right, gotcha.
I guess passing the box. No, you're gonna do it after the round.
No. Go. You guys are
Go down.
Come on.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Hello, Twitch. We have started our BT15 case tournament. I should mute this because it's very loud. All right. Sorry, guys, little technical things. So, I have our main judge, No Mama is here. I am Jinsen. We are going to be your hosts for the stream for that case tournament. Our stream table is still setting up a little bit, but that's all right. Once they get going, then we can just basically just see what they're all about. We have our champion, Peter Frankie, our world champion, competing against fellow player that we know and love the best, Rob. So I have no idea what they're playing because I didn't get a chance to review the deck lists.
I did get a chance, and I will say this might be a very interesting matchup, not in terms of decks, but in sort of the playstyle that they're both going to have to go towards.
So we're going to see what they're going to be playing. They're going to take a little bit more extra time setup since they're going to be on stream. If you guys didn't hear me before, Peter does have a bounty. Yeah, Peter does have a bounty on him. And each round, the bounty gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And whoever beats him at that round will claim the bounty. So this is kind of like a double event in a way. Yeah? Okay, they're starting off. It looks like, I think Peter's going first. I think he rolled a 6.
All right, doing the final setup.
Yep, more setup. Didn't realize there was more things to do. All right, looks like the cuts are happening. We are finally setting up. Since we started round 1 a little bit late, we're going to... Oh, that's funny. More technical stuff. But anyways, Oh, is he playing his signature again?
Absolutely.
Oh, nothing changes with this guy, doesn't he?
No, but more importantly, his opponent, as we see, playing very funny card, Jumon, signifies very... there's only so many options that I can be.
You think Nume?
I'm thinking Suka.
You think Suka?
Yes.
Because they use both, right?
No. Oh, we are hard slamming
just
floodgate.
hard slamming floodgates. Interesting.
Against security control, however, the only hindrance is going to do is if they have a potential death X. Even at this point in the game, it wouldn't be beneficial to drop it.
We're
as
just
you
gonna
see.
zap one.
You know, when your dude only costs 4 memory to play out, and you're not getting stopped by any floodgates, they're not going to have much of an impact. Just swing, just trying to get these early game chips.
Oh, so we got one chip in from the maybe Sukumon player. Not bad, but he just chipped the card that Pete just recovered. So I'm not sure how much it's gonna
This
help him
could still
progress.
potentially be Nume. It is Nume. Okay.
It is Nume, but hard drop the X. Does the X still have it on deletion? I think so, right?
It only has it if it has Numemon or X antibody in its sources.
That's rough. So almost no value. Hopefully it's just pray that body survives and does whatever. Looks like I got zapped.
Yep.
Definitely got zapped. Which is, I mean, this is how Pete wins.
Wow, there are 3 Magna Angels already.
And no signs of any way to like just get rid of them. So honestly, this might be the first time we might see Pete just win with just swing Magic Angemon in security.
It looks like our Numemon player just is not having a good day with his draws. The big thing about Numemon is a lot of the times you're very safe to swing into security, right? Because they run a lot of level 3s, a lot of level 4s.
That's rough.
And as we see here, their main removal is probably the Monze X, which relies on multiple bodies on board. But as we can see throughout the match, just has not been able to stabilize any amount of bodies on the board.
We see Monzemon just evoed. I don't think it has any good effects at this moment in time.
The best he could probably do is slot in a Nume X to get the on-deletion effect.
Or just...
And then the first check being Chaos Degradation.
That's just a classic thing to see security for SecCon is just seeing Chaos Degrade right off the bat.
Yeah, just 0 risk here. We know what's in there.
Yeah, it's like boop. Oh yeah, it's only 7K, right? I think it's 7K.
Correct, it's only 7K.
Oh, those magic. I don't want to be beefy.
The only thing you have to worry about are your level 6s. And as we know, they don't run too many of them because they want to see a lot of their low ends early on.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Revelation of Light has been a showstopper for Pete.
But more importantly against this matchup, because everything is low DP, you actually run into the issue of if I try to assemble a board and I swing into this, I know my board is going to get cleared. So you have to make the decision, do I just clear one security, and essentially that is my entire turn, or do I go, if I have a way to clear it out without swinging into it, then you might try to do that instead. But as we know, security control just loves to take advantage of a really simplified game state.
Oh yeah, no, this board state is just crazy right now. We have 3 bodies, and we had just grabbed Shadow Sarafi. I think that I consider that Pete's ace Digimon. That has been again another showstopper for him. Next to Revelation of Light, like the combos that he has in his deck, just shows like how resilient this deck is to like almost anything. Yeah.
So I think this Airdramon is very interesting because you take away the potential Revelation of Light on top. You go, I'm going to get a piece out of security. You don't know where this Revelation of Light is. You are free to swing, but just know you're responsible for what happens.
The mental warfare that happens in this matchup is pretty interesting. Oh boy. I'm not 100% familiar with Nume, but it looks like a very sluggish start. It looks like we're not drawing to anything we need. We don't have any major stacks being formed. Unfortunately, Monzemon just got zapped by Chaos Degrade. Nothing. They don't have anything that could like answer the Magna Anjas at this point. And we just hit Reinforce.
Funny enough, I think you're actually okay with that as the Numemon player. You get to keep your bodies on board. Like, yes, you give him more resources to potentially use on his following turn. But because you have this level 4 here, you can potentially go into a Monte or a Monte X and just start controlling a little bit of the board here.
We're just gonna clear board whenever we can, free up our reinforced memory boost, draw with that Digimon Emperor, classic Pillowmon coming in.
Pillamon is actually very strong in this deck because if they go into a Monze, they cannot play a body out, which means they also cannot force that minus DP on the Pillamon.
Yes.
Because they would have to commit a second body from hand by actually paying the cost.
It looks like Pete is just really set up. We have Digimon Emperor for the card draw, Kari's for the control, Airdramon is probably going to evolve into 3 Kari's. That's brutal. One swing, the turn's over.
Correct. And I do like him not evolving into Shadow Scarfy because he knows that they have access to the Black Warrior Monzemon who de-evos. So you're essentially saying, I'm not giving you this 4 memory just to lose it.
My question is, will Pete be able to like just rush this guy down? Because it looks like the Numemon player doesn't really have much going on. Another Digimon Emperor. That's a lot of card draw for him.
But more importantly, against this very low to the ground deck, it means you are now forced to go into a level 4. You can now not just use Louis and Ukomons to rush me down.
And we're just gonna keep drawing more cards. Oh my god. Definitely, again, I am definitely fanboying over this deck, but Digimon Emperor and Revelation of Light, amazing combos that are happening right now. And unfortunately, Numemon can't seem to establish anything. No board, not a lot of chips in security. Another Revelation of Light.
That might be a game ender.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like Pete could just, honestly, just chip with his Airdramon. If he really wants to push it, slam another level 5, go into Shadow Swaffy that he just picked up and just keep slamming at security. There's really nothing.
Yeah, here we see a swing. Yep, just nothing.
Yeah, Sasuke unfortunately is not going to do much. And now, honestly, Pete could just keep putting the guy at... Oh, that's brutal.
Honestly, it's not the worst thing to happen.
It's not, but that's brutal.
If he had the memory to go into Venus and then Ruin mode, like that line of play...
Then it's pretty over, right?
Yes. Because the one thing that the Numemon typically loses to is any board-wide DP minus.
Yeah.
A lot of their stuff is on deletion, which is fine, but the problem is all the stuff they play out is typically lower in DP.
Yeah, I mean, this is just... The Venusmon, yeah, as you're right, it's not the worst thing that can happen right now, but it's just really unfortunate because now Numemon is...
Ooh.
Oh, that's interesting.
It gets rid of the Venusmon.
I guess so, but you didn't get rid of the Magnas. Maybe Pete went a little too wide?
No, I think the...
oh, it's a Tamers, unfortunately.
No,
yeah.
the problem is Death X doesn't have too much of an impact here.
No.
Especially because if Pete does something to just play a Salamon, he keeps his Magna Angemon safe.
Yeah.
If he decides to just let the Magna Angemons go, he runs into the problem of, I now lose my bodies, so my opponent can keep swinging continuously.
Looks like he just hit some random thing. Kari just stealing that memory over.
Yep.
You know, it's really... Yeah, you're right. He could just drop Salas all day, and that Chumon is kind of stuck there.
Oh, just like this.
Oh, he
ooh.
plays his own Pillowmon. That's interesting.
This is interesting.
I did not expect this tech.
No. I understand it, though, right? If you're doing something like playing against Leviamon, you know, they cannot activate Drago or Seadra.
Yeah.
They can't do their Biting Crush. If
Yes.
you're doing something like Sekon, you
Yeah.
turn off their Flame Hell Sights.
We're just going to send that boy.
Yep. Keep our magnets safe. And then what do you do with this pillow, right? Because you also want to play stuff out.
There's not a lot of cards in this deck that could evil from yellow. It's just the RB1 Numemon right now, if I'm correct. And some blacks that have evil from yellow, I believe. It's not many, I believe.
But you also have to remember that the Monzemons typically have on plays, just like this.
Yep.
So a lot of times you don't care about specifically evoing. Sometimes you try to control the board through just security minus. They can't swing at me. I'm gonna swing at you over you either this turn or the following turn.
Maru X has the ability. Monze X might have. Monze X has the potential of popping one of those guys, I believe.
Unfortunately, because of the Pillowmon, it doesn't. Remember,
yeah.
Monze X only gives the minus DP when something gets played out.
By an effect or just played out?
In general.
In general.
But because you get that free play on the Monte X, that's another 2K DP that you're potentially missing out on.
It looks like we're just playing with the pillow to try. Oh,
And then card number
yeah.
4.
He has jamming. That Pillowmon has jamming. Pete did mention a lot that he actually likes to be at 3. Yeah.
Yeah, so 3 is the magic number for one. Very, very funny card.
Everyone's favorite, right? Lonke
Yes.
Adestacto. I can never say that right.
Nope, no one can. But more importantly, when you are at 3, you get to activate both parts of its effects. If you are 3 or higher, you get to give something minus 12,000 DP. If you're at
Yes.
3 or lower, you get to put something at the top of your opponent's security. If you're at 3 exactly, you get both effects.
You get to zap, send, and I mean, who doesn't love free value in this game, right? This is really, really rough for our Numemon. Oh. Huh? That's interesting.
No, I understand this, right? You don't want to give him the recovery, right? Because you have him, if he doesn't respond here, ooh.
Oh, wow. Well, well, we're just clearing board.
Hey, remember what we said about being at 3 security?
Yeah, it's just Pete all the time says, I just want to be at 3. Just
Yes.
keep me at 3, and now my Lonkies will just get mad value.
Funny enough, I would have actually let the Salamon go through and taken the overflow off of the mag. I
thought
understand,
he was going to do that, yeah.
but I understand why he wouldn't, right? Because that would allow Pete to replay that magnet and recover again.
Another Gerdemon also counts as Numemon. We're going to discard a draw 2. It's not looking too good. I don't see any good evolution chains coming from the Numemon deck. It just feels like he's just drawing to hopefully find an answer. I don't know if he'll ever find that answer because he might just even deck out before even getting to that point.
Yeah, so a really big thing about Numemon is that they like to draw a lot through evos, through effects, and that can lead to a problem of them just straight up decking out if they take too long.
Yeah, and as we all know, Pete plays Avenge Kid. I think he brought that to Worlds, I believe, right?
Correct.
Yes, he brought Avenge Kid to Worlds to prevent himself from decking out. But it looks like he has a good control of his deck flow. He hasn't drawn too many cards. He's been answering a lot of things. I think he used Flame Hellside, right? Yeah, Flame Hellside. One of his favorite options. One of my favorite options, too.
Yeah, it's just so versatile. Even back during something like, I want to say BT12, BT13, people were using it for stuff like Wisemon to bring it out, use it on play, and then do something like Evo into Black or Greymon.
Yes.
But here we see just a very simple use to get out a Airdramon, use it to on play, and just thin out our security so we know, okay, these options are going to be in here.
Yes, yes. And, you know, it's amazing. Oh,
just keep going wide on the
keep going
board.
wide. I don't think maybe most of his level 5s are either at the bottom of the deck or in security.
That's probably it, I imagine.
Because I haven't seen that many level 5 Evos.
Correct. Just nothing?
Just nothing? Oh, interesting. I don't know what he hit. He did hit something. Oh, we're just going to get a nice recover. Bloop. Heal up. Looks like he hit Azu. Oh, it's probably was the one set in security.
Correct. Yeah. That was put on the top.
So, I'll be right back.
Just having a long think here. This is a very precarious board state. There's only so much you can do with one memory.
Sorry about that. Had to help our people in the front. Okay. Yeah, this is rough. I mean, I don't think Pete's really... Heaven's Judgment. We are clearing 6, 12, 18, 24K worth of things. Ooh, baby boy.
I don't know if I agree taking out the Airdramon. I think I would have taken the overflow off the Magna Airdramon.
But it's still... Oh, and he didn't have enough... It wasn't enough to pass.
Correct.
Because
he cleared the Venus with 2 of the -6s.
Yes.
And he cleared out the Airdramon with the -6. But he had one more and could not clear out the Magna Airdramon.
And 2 Magna Aces are in the trash now, and there's no real way to recover it. There's 3. There's no real way to recover those.
He played 2 at the beginning of the game, and 1 got hit out of security.
Zap. Goodbye, board.
Yep.
Goodbye. Oh, that deck looks low.
Yep.
Do we start just hard slamming champions and pray?
No, you
I mean,
you,
ultimates?
you start playing out the Monzemons. Specifically, you want to see RB1 here,
Yes.
and you want to be able to tuck under a Numemon X.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just paying the memory, saying I need this out now.
Yeah. We're evoing.
And then depending on what your line is, I can see this going in a Monze, put Nume under into Monze X.
Yeah.
And if you go into Monte X, actually, you can play out a secondary body, and that would allow you to keep your stack on board through the Death X.
Mm-hmm.
Here we just see a swing.
Into a Magna. That's his fourth one.
That's the last one.
You haven't seen any regular Magnas, right?
Nope.
Oh, I wonder where those are.
I would imagine they're in the hand.
Just saving them, right? He has
correct.
been drawing a lot.
Correct. You do not need to commit them if you don't have to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not as versatile as our Magnamon Aces, right?
Correct. Being able to go, I'm going to be at 4 memory, so play, go to 0, and then do something like Evo into a Venus or Shadow Seraphim is just so much more powerful than play for 7 just to recover the 1.
I think this might be our first game we see Peaches win via just Digimon. Just, my favorite girl. My favorite girl is here. We have Angewomon Ace. If you guys didn't know, her effect is on play when Evo. Trash the top card of your security to get something minus 6k to your 6k to one of your opponent's Digimon. If you remove a security card, you get to heal if you're at less than 3. Oh, 3 or less.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to come up. I think
No, I think it's pretty
unless
over, right?
yes, unless the Numemon player can take a body off board, they should just present lethal.
It's kind of rough, right?
Mhm.
Like, I mean, what do you... Monze, you just gain how much memory again?
You gain 2 back.
It's a 7-drop?
It is a 7-drop.
So it's technically a 5-drop.
you
We're
would
just
play
passing
for-
turn, I think, right?
I would. I think
4.
I would still do something. Ooh, okay.
Do we have a Satsuki?
He is looking for it. Yes, he
We
does.
do. We give it rush.
And there it
Monze.
is.
Is the Evo the same as the on-play?
No. The Evo is to give something security -1 and -3000.
Oh, so we can't gain memory back
Correct.
this way.
The
That's
only one that
rough.
does that is the Platinum Numemon.
Yes,
He does it on both on play and Evo.
Oh, that's rough. It doesn't look... Oh, he does... Oh, yeah, he does get something security minus.
Correct. He's trying to prevent lethal here. I don't know how much that's gonna help.
Because it just removed that body and win, right?
Correct. Deathless removed it already.
Oh, that's awkward. Oh, I get it's just, like you said, it's just prevent lethal. Swing the Angewomon, hit a Death X that was put there from a long time ago. Trigger the overflow. And 2. Nothing in raising, just a Satsuki. We're just
And-
gonna wrap it up.
Yep.
Game 1 goes to our world champion.
So what I saw from early game, Numemon was definitely struggling looking for its pieces. The Sacred Control found a lot of what it needed to early on with its Magna Angemons, its Karis, its Digimon Emperor, specifically against this deck. This deck loves to come out as level 3, Evo. And just being able to stop that deck from just saying, I'm going to rookie rush you, is such a deterrent to them.
It was really rough not seeing our Numemon deck even reach a level 5. I think he did 1 for Evo and then 2 hard slam. Well, 1 hard slam and then 1 Evo, but at that point it was too late.
Correct.
No bodies to slam, no removal, no nothing. It was just like, it was really rough.
I think given the opportunity, we saw, well, I specifically saw that the Numemon player was trying to hold on to the Ukamons. He wanted to find a good time to just start rushing them out. The problem is the Digimon Emperors just gain more than Ukamon does.
Yeah, it's -2. That actually got Bryce the first game back at Nationals. Bryce just forgot about Emperor and just gave Pete the final turn to win.
Yes, because a lot of times it doesn't come up, right? Typically, you see it, you're like, okay, I'm at least going to go into my level 4 in the raising area.
The question is, do you remember to do that?
Sometimes you can't, right?
Yeah.
You might have to just push out as a level 3 and go, I will eat this turn. If you can clear this body, so be it. But if you can't, I do have a play for next turn.
Yeah, we both play decks, personally for us, we play decks that want to start out with a rookie out front. Like, I'm playing Grace Nova at the moment, which has started main phase effects for the rookies. And you have Gamamon that maybe ideally wants to push out as a rookie, so you can start stuffing those in with the other Gamamons, and then go
Correct.
to your 4 and 5, which just chains up the effects.
Correct.
So yeah, a lot of decks in our current meta for BT15 post ban list. Sometimes you just want to raise up that rookie to get a really good head start, but
A lot of the
Digimon Emperor
stuff,
just punishes that.
a lot of stuff, specifically in stuff like 14 and 15, the rookies, a lot of them have start of main effects. Patamon, Agumon, Palmon, Gomon, Lugumon. They all have these start of main where I'm no longer able to come out for free and do these effects that give me so much value. Now I have to go, is it worth coming out knowing I'm going to lose 2-4 memory, potentially passing turn?
Yeah, I mean, oh, our classic boy is here, Mr. Magda Angemon.
Giving the new one player 5 memory though.
Maybe that hand wasn't really anything. He kept it, right? Did he look like he kept it?
It looked like he kept it. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know what's in the hand. He might be planning like, I know you can't out this, or
Out right away, right?
correct, or if you do, you're gonna commit a lot to the board. I'm able to death X you.
Just going to start rookie rushing. Shadow.
Do you swing the Chumon?
I think I would.
I would also.
There's no memory boost.
It's
also,
just-
all their memory gains from Tamers. Chumon's not really stopping that. You're
Correct.
only hitting...
Reinforcing.
Yeah, only shocking the reinforcing. I would just swing with it. You have no time to waste. We're going to play a Garamon. Discard 1, draw 2.
Definitely a better early game for the Numon player.
Mm-hmm.
Being given access to so much memory at the start, actually finding your draws. You were able to, chip very early with the Ukamon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But what is the follow-up? Is the better question.
I always wonder, like, is Garamon strictly an on-play?
Yes.
That's awkward. Well, not awkward, but...
Going straight into
to
the Monze.
Monze, leaving Pete at 1, and the security mine is on that Magna Angemon, so it's not going to get a free swing. But, we could just do that, right?
Funny enough, as a Numon player, you don't mind this too much.
No, you kind of want to, like... You have so many rookies that are just good at swinging anyway, or you want to swing. You can just go right ahead. Also, they do have access to Monze X, which is technically a layer to protect from the D-Evo, so you
Correct.
can maintain the stack. That's kind of like I think that's why Shadow Serafi was designed, is to help us, like, answer X antibody decks in a way, but also X antibody decks have a good time against it as well. We are hitting Reinforce. We're going to D-Evo the Monzemon.
I think you're actually okay with this, right? Because now you can do something like going to Warumante.
Or that.
Or Nume X.
Nume X is good.
You could have gotten it on top of either stack. I like this play a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there's the Warumante, the Evo.
Looks like this is a way better start now.
Absolutely.
This is a way better start. The security minus does fade, but that is... We're stripping?
No. He's correcting one of the effects, which is you pitch from hand.
Oh. It looked like he was, like, equipping that guy in the sources. That was pretty funny.
I do like this line of play, though. The question is, what do you do with this stack? Do you simply swing because you have the Nume X, or do you go into level 6?
I mean, the only problem I have is that it doesn't have security +1, so you're not really pressuring per se.
There's the Monte X.
Now we're gonna pressure.
What do we play out?
Anything, right? It's just gonna zap it. I'm curious what he played. A Pillowmon.
Interesting.
We're kind of doing a interesting lockout on Sekon right here, right? Pillowmon, Jakurimon, and Chumon. Kari.
That did pass the turn.
This is interesting. I don't know how Pete's gonna out this board. He can't use Death X. There's no option card that does a straight up removal board wide off the bat. My only guess is it's just swing with that Sala, hope it heals.
He, funny enough, I think, he might have to actually. I think the best tool he has right now is Death X, but the problem is the Jakuri is available. Oh, we see the ace into a Zulon.
That's interesting. He's just preventing the heal.
Correct.
That's pretty cool.
It's actually very
Oh wait,
necessary
he
here.
he used boost, right? Oh, there's a Chumon on board.
Correct.
Uh-oh. Hopefully they catch that. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Well, unless the players catch that themselves, we don't know what's happening. Oh, looks like Rob did not catch that.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
We're gonna send our judge
Yeah.
over. Hopefully, he didn't go too far.
I just wasn't sure if there was like a.
Yo.
So our judge is
Oh,
heading
so we were
over,
watching
right now.
when you
to
popped the
just tell them
reinforced, the
what
Trumon's on
happened.
board.
It didn't go too far, so they could possibly just redo their turn
Okay.
a bit. Looks like okay.
I'm watching you, Pete. I'm watching you.
Oh, I guess I'll check with.
I know. Crazy.
Watching that. It might be too late. I think it's too late. Unfortunately, Rob did not see. Oh. What's the result, good sir?
Everything's fine now. He was always losing that game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The new May?
No, the security control.
Oh, so they decided to just scoop it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So game 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that was. Now we see what a bad start security control can have.
I would say semi-bad start. You were able to get out the car. You were able to recover. The problem is your security was just really bad. It was all Digimon.
Ew.
You wanted to see more tamers, more options. We saw what Numon is
Capable to do.
better known for, which is going wide, doing small pokes, enough to the point where security control cannot recover enough to off-put that many hits.
I think the key is you chain attacks, right? You want to chain as many attacks as possible to put a lot of pressure on security control. I think that's why back in BT10, Crosshearts was like a really good deck against that.
Correct, because something like on turn 2, you were able to do like 4 checks off just like your rookies alone. And then that got phased out because they got better tools, such as a board-wide DP minus, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now we see stuff like Ukumon, who lets you come out of raising way faster, lets you get those very low-to-the-ground pokes in.
Extra pokes, extra damage, extra everything.
Yes, because it doesn't matter what Digimon's DP is, security check is still a security check.
Security check is definitely still a security check. That is for sure. And that's the key thing about like playing decks that you want to consider sometimes is how well you can chain your actions and abilities so that you could do a max amount of damage against Sekon, which honestly, it did start a little bit of a discussion point when this won Worlds. Like, is this bad for the game? Personally, for me, it's like, I think if you play against Sekon, you should learn more about your own deck to see how well it can chain additional actions.
Correct. But more importantly, back to the match here, we see a very strong start with Airjamon. Not only taking out the Pillowmon, so you know that's not going to be hit in security. You're thinning it out.
Yep.
But more importantly, this gives you a potential blast target for the Magnamon Ace.
That's correct. Airjamon has been doing a lot of good work here, able to filter out security, heal, could be something. I don't think Pete plays TK anymore, right?
No, Airjamon has essentially taken the role of TK for 2 reasons. One, it is a body that he could potentially use to poke at the opponent, bait out a block to do something like swing with the Death X or Venus. He uses it to still filter as TK does, but now you get a potential blast evo target. And that alone can be such a deterrent to people. Like right now, you know, they might not want to swing with the Uko because they know, oh, if I swing, they're going to blast evo. They're going to get rid of my Ukomon. That's one less body I have on board now. And if I don't have a way to answer this man Angemon, they might just go to Venusmon the following turn.
I was wondering, can he zap this Airjamon right now?
Potentially. That would be
yes.
Yes, that is minus
That's a
6k.
yes. We're just going to remove the ace target entirely. Swing.
Two
With 2
check.
checks. Ooh.
Minus 6, not enough to delete it.
But we can't get rid of a Uko.
Yes, always get rid of the one with the egg.
Then we do it again.
Yes.
Then we see, well, Pete will be at 3.
Yep,
which
there's
is
Shadow
his
Serafi.
which is his preferred number.
Correct. But more importantly, the Numon player is getting an extra swing in. And that alone is very worth just not taking, like, hitting a Magna Antrum, for example.
Oh, I think he had degrade.
It looks like it
I
did.
think he did hit degrade. Let me just do a quick check. Can we do the overview?
Yes, he
Overhead?
did. Yes, he did. No, he hit a long. He's
Oh,
specific-
long. Oh, and
three.
it was at 3, right? Oh, that's
Yep,
sick.
there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Playtesting enough with Pete, the amount of times that I've hit into long as the 4 check is astounding.
Me too. I love it. I hate it every day.
And somehow I've brought down that matchup to pure luck.
Yep. Sometimes it's just, hey, does he have it in 2 places? Does he have it in hand or is it in security?
The answer is
And
always yes.
The answer is always yes, which drives us insane. Drives us insane. Always. 100% of the time. Always. And it looks like we're just going to drop the RB1 Nume. Or
Yes.
Nume. Like, I keep getting Sukamon and Numemons mixed up. They look almost the exact same to me. Ooh.
Numemon's the relevant one.
I know. Again, they just look the same to me. I know that's probably I know I probably get a lot of flack from the Numemon players out there, and I know that for sure. But goddamn, they look almost exactly the same. But Pete has established again life dominance, a Magna Ace that I'm not sure if Nume can answer right off the bat.
You also have to remember, Pete as a player is not scared to go Magna Angemon Ace into a Zulong Ace.
Yes.
He's not scared to give his opponents the potential 7 memory if it means outing their entire stack.
He's one of the few decks that could get away with that and not feel bad about it.
Correct. Specifically because Zulong has the on deletion, so they're essentially treating it as a potential bomb on your opponent's turn. I do like this D Evo though. It opens you up for a little bit more play here.
I'll be right back.
Just doing a think on what the follow would be.
Like 5-minute extension for them because they just started a little bit late.
Who started? Pete and
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. That's on you
Okay.
guys.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Just put this inside the
I
box.
see the Monze X in hand. That is a potential route. Don't know what he would do with it though.
All right, we're back. I just had to remind our crew about a little detail, but there's 15 minutes left. Enough time for both players to hopefully establish something.
Okay, I like this play. You out the Airjamon, you get up a second stack on board.
The DP minus is crazy
Yes.
strong.
And I do like this. If either stack gets outed by anything that's not Death X, you are simply replacing it with a body, specifically the Platinum Nume, which can potentially pass turn, if not give you even more memory to work with on your following.
Is this I was just wondering, is this a favorable matchup for Nume, Cyclone?
It depends on what your opening is. If you find a good enough opening, you are slightly more favored due to stuff like the security +1s that you have, the on deletions that don't really care, just like this, right? You're not able to do something like play out the Platinum Nume and gain even more resources this turn, just as we see here. You have ways to stop their own aggression with the security attack -1. You have a somewhat easier time getting rid of anything that's not a level 6. And you punish aces really hard with it. Between D Evo, the DP minusing,
Louis.
you have the rushdown potential with Louis and Ukomons. Just a lot of good pros against security control. And then if you have a bad start, security control is more favored because they take advantage of that time to set up.
Yeah. It looks like this is an interesting board state. We have Kari sending Pete to 3. Magna Ace, basically a Dree drop. We're just going to melt probably, I think, Chumon because that's the easier target.
I would imagine so, unless he has another way to out it. Yep.
Yep. Just got to clear bodies. Keep clearing those bodies. Keep clearing those bodies.
I'm more curious about what the follow-up is going to be. If it were me, I'd try to out the Monte now while you have Pillamon on board. I know that's not always possible. You don't want to commit too much.
We're going to set, I think, to 3. I mean, that's an easy Monze X right there, which is could be catastrophic for Pete.
I would like Monde X here.
Oh wait, it wouldn't even get the second check, right?
No,
'Cause
it
it'll get
wouldn't. But the thing you have to remember is the moment it swings, you would lose the top, lose the security +1. But if it dies, you still get to keep the Nume X inheritable.
I mean, that's fine. It's just that I remember that when Saraswati de-evos, now the security plus is gone. So basically, that body is technically, for now, a 1 check if it doesn't have, well...
I like this Monde X here. Granted, you do not get to play.
Oh, yeah, we can't. Yeah.
But you have enough memory to play out something like an
Something.
Uko, a Chumon, Chikuri.
To just out it.
Correct.
Makes me wonder what's going on in your player's head. Their top end is pretty light, if I remember correctly.
Correct. You don't play a lot of level 6s in this deck. You typically want to stay low to the ground. A lot of your level 6s are there for utility. Stuff like the Venusmon, your Platinum Sukumons can, or Numimons can get played out for free. Your level 7 is typically a Rogue Death X and a Venusmon.
Yep.
Or as your level 6. Sometimes people play room mode, just like this.
Oh. I mean, Shashroff is just going to be hanging.
I do like this though because if you swing with the room mode, you lose that end of attack ability because you would get de-evoed if you choose to do it on him. If not, the opponent is losing their Shadow Serafi. So you choose either we're trading or you get to keep your Platinum Numemon.
If anyone didn't know, Rob also used to play security control.
Yes, he played his own, more I
Variant.
would say, close to what a normal build would look like.
This is interessante. But that's a lot of value.
It is a lot of value. I do like this board setup though from both players. And here's the big swing. What do you decide to do?
Oh, what do we do? Well, I guess it's gonna die anyway, so just hit the Monze X, right?
You are giving him the potential to play something out. Question is, what would you decide to play out?
Yeah, but then now, we resolve this.
Correct. It's the newest effect.
We resolve that. Let's see what he brings out. Can he bring? He can't bring out Monze with that, right?
Yes, he can.
Oh, he can. Like, oh, Platinum.
Correct.
Oh my God, this deck is insane.
And then de-evo.
De-evo.
Oh, he's gonna let it rock.
I mean, Shashrafi is on deletion. I heal,
Correct.
and then we zap the
and
new
then
guy.
and then he will then play out something like a Monzemon.
Does he have it?
No.
No, we have it. That's the free play, right?
That is the play off the Platinum Nume on deletion. Okay, I see where this is going.
Ooh, ooh, oh, huh? Wait, did Pete start his turn?
No, the Digimon Emperors.
Oh, yes, they work like that too.
Correct. It's anytime
Something were to come
your
out from
level
Raising.
3 comes out of the race.
That's, oh, that card.
Correct. So both of the Louis can cover for 1.
There's two of them.
Both Louis can cover for 1 Digimon Emperor, but then
You can't cover both.
You cannot cover both.
Ooh, is this Death X? Was that Death X? I think so, right?
I believe it was. Yes, it was.
Sick. Now we have a big derpy body.
I feel like he was waiting to play that. But he really couldn't with the Platinum mates on board. Because all the Numemon player had to do was simply swing, do whatever, say like play a Tamer, evolve in the back, and then let that Platinum die.
Pete does have a couple of life to get through, unfortunately.
Simple swing.
I mean, not much in New Mon security is exceeding
Correct.
50k.
The only thing that contends it is Ruin Mode and their own Death X.
And Zahil. That deck looks a little light.
Yep.
No rookie, ugh, just hatching. It's really hard to make additional bodies
Yeah, the moment um, security control can establish any amount of memory control through tamers, uh, creating a board just makes the challenge even harder.
We're just chipping that slowly.
And really, there's nothing that can answer Death X unless you build a big enough board, but you don't have the resource to do it at this point.
Oops, all tamers.
You actually want to see tamers here, surprisingly enough. Specifically, you want to see Satsuki because of the extra memory it gives you start of turn.
Yeah, but it looks pretty rough at the moment. I think, does he have enough memory to chain Manze? He's at 3?
3.
So Sasuke's will bring it to. Oh.
I-
Oh,
and simple
Oh,
simple pass.
that's. I'm still saying oops, all tamers. Oh,
Yeah, he needed a specifically a black rookie because I think he needs to climb in the back if he wanted to
we're
see
just
any.
slapping
Yeah.
that security. Oh, God.
It's just yeah, no, you have nothing to fear if you're big enough, and that's one of the big weaknesses against any other deck. Yep,
Oh,
that's very rough.
I'm sorry, Numemon. You did your very best, but you're in a bad spot now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any out to this here.
No, there isn't. I don't think so. It doesn't look that. Oh, just play it out, right? An honorable play. All right. And I think we just sealed the game. All right, Pete. Good job. Round 1. And boom. Victor goes to our world champion, and his bounty went up.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get round 2. I'm gonna check on round 2. Also, I need to print out more match slips for us. But yeah, that was round 1, guys. We're gonna bring the next table up shortly. Yeah. Thank you. Welcome, guys, to round 2. I hope you guys like the view of the storefront. We chose, I think, one of the best locations in New Jersey. That's just me saying. Our second round. I have a feeling I can predict this, but I'm not sure maths are a good way to like guess your deck.
I've played against one of the players. I'm hoping he sticks to what I know him for.
Yes, the math is also, even though it feels like a giveaway, I don't think it's not always the case because I play a Mastemon deck and I'm not playing Mastemon, I'm playing Grace.
Listen, I'm playing on the Bandai Card Fest, which has Dorgoromon. I'm definitely not playing it.
Exactly.
Yet. Wait till BT16.
Yeah, 16 is where the fun happens. So my guess is Gammon versus maybe Alphamon. That'd be kind of cool. And they're both table 1, so I mean, they probably do pretty well.
Yep. I imagine Gamamon Matt is playing the Gamamon deck.
I hope so.
Alphamon, on the other hand, that one I don't think so.
It could be Digipolice.
Oh, Black Egg.
Oh, wait.
Is this
Numemon again?
Is it another Numemon?
Is it not a Numemon?
It might be. It is.
It is. Oh, yeah, we're just giving the poop deck all the spotlight here. I am lighting up.
Oh, is it a mirror?
It's a mirror. Yo,
Oh.
did we actually?
It is.
It is. We got a.
That's
frickin'
great.
mirror. We got a mirror, y'all. Oh Lord, yo, those Chumons are gonna be clutch.
Oh, but
Oh
now,
wait, what?
yes.
This grabs a tamer, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's probably
It grabs a Black Tamer and a Digimon with X antibody in its name.
like Numex.
Correct.
There we go. I was wondering why people played that. Now I see it.
So it's actually 2 reasons. One is because he can grab your Nume X / Monze X, your X antibody, Proto X, whatever you want to run. People also play Omnimon Merciful mode.
Ooh,
And the
I didn't
inheritable,
like
the inheritable lets you remove the X anti to protect your Merciful mode stack.
Yo, the amount of tech that this deck has is amazing.
Correct. At both the bottom and the top end.
Shin Monze X, I mean not Shin, Monze X hit from security. We're gonna play a Numemon with the on deletion when RB1. Yo, this I'm chuckling. This is amazing.
It's also going to be very interesting because from what I know, the mirror is very hand-based. It depends on, who opens more Ukos, who opens more draws, who opens more...
Or opens like that.
who open, like if you have this Nume and Satsuki, you're gaining a lot of value. But if your opponent has something like a Chumon, your Monzemons might not get as much value as you want.
Yeah, it's pretty much like this weird race of who can establish the better board, and I think it's going to the guy with the Alphamon map.
So both players know that this is a potential matchup, right? They always play something to out, whether it's options, a Death X, they might play a second one, they might choose Room Mode as their top end. And it's just a matter of how you play the game through those options that you see. You would just see a simple swing,
Match
person got hit, I'm
lifting, cut
assuming. Potential Nume. Nope, just Monze.
Match the cuts.
I'm assuming we're just going to clear board here. This does, however, leave a potential Waru play from the opponent.
Ooh, what I miss? Ooh, I see a Quantumon.
Yes, I saw that at the corner of
Oh,
my
that's
eye.
just nasty. Quantumon's
It's
that's a great card.
It's especially good here because it lets you see, oh, I know my opponent runs, removal options. Okay, I can remove that. And I know that if I call option on my opponent's turn, they won't be able to use that on me. And then I can also send it to the bottom, so I know I won't see that one also. So if they have another one, I'm safe from that.
I noticed that a lot of the Numemon's lists, their 6s are like so open-ended. Like sometimes you see Quantum, sometimes you see Venus, sometimes you see Shinmonze if they wanted to run the pure archetype even. Like the top end is so like, I mean Pete personally runs Shadow Seraph because that's his favorite card.
Right, you have access to Shadow Seraphie, a Zulong Ace, any like weird like black or yellow text that you want to run are viable.
Yeah.
Because this deck really only wants the Platinum one, and it wants it in trash specifically.
Yes. It's just so interesting to see like how flexible this deck can be, and it looks like both players are really taking their time with things. I noticed they're like not trying to go overly aggressive. They're trying to build a board state, which is probably smart because I think they want, hopefully, one of their Monze X's to be able to blow up something.
Yes, and we see the second part of the Agumon X. Some people choose to run the starter deck Agumon as one of their rookies for two reasons. One, because you have potential blocker in the Numemon from BT15, who gives it as an inheritable, so you will gain that memory on their swing. It also lets you Evo into the Agumon X to get an extra draw, to get the extra search, keep that inheritable, and then the start of turn gives you even more memory to play off of during your turn.
And we're gonna slam that Quantumon. After we just got our 2 checks, we're just gonna start controlling this board state. So we're gonna send Nume to the top of that security, then it gets revealed.
Yep.
Yep,
This is just
yep.
very typical Numemon security. They don't really run options.
Yeah,
I think
not really, right?
I think the only option people would even consider is some sort of training.
Or Heaven's Judgment.
Heaven's Judgment is a really strong one. Any black option that de-evos, so DG Dimension, Ultimate Flare for the matchup. But a lot of times they just go, I just want to see my Digimon, my pieces, and try to win the game from there.
Because a lot of the control is actually from the Digimon, which I'm noticing like the game is kind of evolving into, like more of Digimon effects doing the power what options would be doing, especially back in like I want to say BT like 7 and 8, where options were still pretty powerful and Digimon effects were not fully there yet unless they're like really strong level 6s or megas. Now it feels like a lot of this like Numemon line, there's just a lot of generically good value just from the Digimon itself that you wouldn't see from an option ever again because the line just does it all. It's kind of cool that we're evolving into the type of design space.
So another thing is, because you are committing so much to the board, if your opponent has a way to remove a lot of bodies, you typically don't want to be in that matchup. You want to be into something that wants to set up a little bit and then do their plays, because that's where you get to take advantage of. They're wide open. There's nothing that's going to stop you from getting aggressive. In the mirror match, because you're both trying to do the same thing, it's more important to go, I just have to make sure you don't kill me, and I want to make a very big push, not necessarily one to get game, but just one or maybe 2 big pushes and then go for game.
It's just really cool how this deck just runs. Like, it's so interesting. Is that the merciful mode? It is. Oh, I like this guy. I like this Alphamon guy. I do. That's sick. That is really cool to see. Merciful mode right off the bat. So we know like he's playing the tech that you were talking about, which is, again, it's so funny how this deck got like supported like what, 5 times? 5 times.
The variance between players is what makes the mirror match not just an abysmal thing to watch. It's, do their techs come into play in a way that impacts this matchup? And a lot of times the answer is going to be yes. For example, the Quantumon, he saw his security. He knows no matter what I do, I'm always safe to swing. Stuff like the merciful mode means if the opponent tries to put the platinum Numemons in trash, I can go merciful mode, take those out. Now you've lost your playmakers. And against something like Leviathan, which is arguably they get set up, you lose, you get set up, you win. You take away their setup that they work so hard for, taking out the 7th Lightnings, the Leviathan X, the Leviathans after the biting. You're essentially shutting off their deck, and you're just playing your deck. You're not doing anything more than you have to.
Yeah. I think that's like, again, why this deck has grown in a lot of popularity. It just is really good at just establishing that type of board control, that type of like situation where you don't need to commit too much, or there's no punishment for overcommitting sometimes, because you could just swing a bunch and it doesn't feel like you get punished for it because you have Ukomons, you have Louis to just back up those extra swings, make it really all worth it. Like, it's kind of cool, like, this deck really balances between, like, a mid-range control deck and also just, if it wants to be, an aggro rush deck to just beat you down really fast.
Here we see the Agumon coming up, gaining the memory from the start of main. Wondering what we're going to do with this, if anything at all.
and Monze X.
Will not get the ability to play out. Unfortunately, we don't have Monte or X antibody under.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the rough part. I do always wonder if people do run the X antibodies sometimes, especially Protoform, which is a pretty good card. I've noticed.
I know people enjoy Protoform specifically because it lets you do something like, here's the Numi that I played out from the Numi X. I'm gonna use Protoform to go into the Monte X, still get the effects, still play up the body. It lets you do so much, and then it would only be 2 memory instead of the full 3. Plus, you don't need to commit a Monzemon that you might keep in hand.
It just sucks we did lose the extra security plus now that Quantumon's on top. So that's a little bit rough, but I don't think that's a major problem per se, because now it's a mega that they have to answer.
And because they can simply call Digimon, if they get it correct, which a lot of times they will, it can't really be DP minus, so it's very safe to swing. The only way you're outing it is if you can somehow get to your own level 6 and it's bigger. Keep in mind, Quantumon is 13. Venusmon is only 12. Unless you're running your own Quantumon, you are not getting over it.
And it looks like the Alphamon Matt dude is just... I think he secured like a really strong board. This board stage just gets more and more and more powerful by every passing card. Like, it's downright amazing.
I do think the turning point was the Quantumon, just showing, hey, there's nothing for you in security. I know you cannot out this level 6 on your own.
So, yeah.
I'm just going to start swinging.
Yeah.
I know what your deck plays because I'm playing the same one. I'm just going to keep calling Digimon because that's the only out to it. So now I'm unaffected by your only out.
It doesn't give immunity to battle, but I mean, good enough that it just says, I am immune to your effects.
Yes, and because he saw the security, he knows Ruin Mode's not there, Death X isn't there, I'm free to swing.
Yeah, the information is amazing. Again, I know Quantumon has become a really popular green and yellow card. Don't forget, it's also green, so that means Bloom Lord has been playing it too.
Yes.
Which I hope we get to see, because I haven't seen a Bloom Lord with Quanta yet, but I've been hearing, delicious things about it.
I have been seeing a lot of gameplay with it. I don't like it as much into anything that's not security control or Leviamon, because a lot of times you know what those decks are playing, and being able to put that one of their security back into your deck might be a detriment. But I have seen plays where people will recover their own to prevent lethal on the turn, and then try to take control of the board before trying to press their own lethal.
It's such an interesting card. It's such an interesting card. Every time I read it, I'm just like, the versatility this card has is really interesting, and it always like captured me as like, if you're in green and yellow, you should always consider Quantumon. Like, the effects are generic enough. You also get one of the most powerful things I think in the game is information.
Yes. It's the reason something like Airdramon, TK, Revelation of Light, those cards are very important in something like security controls because it lets you know what's in there.
Yes.
As opposed to something in a regular deck, you might want, as many searches as possible because, okay, these are going to go to a bottom deck. I know I will not have access to these. As many draws as possible because, these are going to be in my hand. This is not going to be in my deck. I know what resources are available to me, what resources are potentially available to me. I might not be able to get to them, but I know they're there. And anything unknown is typically, I want to know what this is through other information.
Yes, and honestly, like, there hasn't been many cards that were able to do that. I mean, there are cards, it's just that not a lot of decks could, like, just utilize it. Oh my god, the board states here are going crazy, yeah? But no blockers, unfortunately.
Correct. Really, the only access you have to blocker is the Numon from BT15 through its inheritable.
That's rough.
Which a lot of times is enough because you go through a Numon X line. But here we just see shy of missing lethal, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
If that Chikuri was an Ukomon, he would potentially have lethal here if he could...
chain another attack, right? Yeah, I just noticed the Alphamon player also doesn't have blockers, actually. He hasn't been swinging a lot either, if I've been remembering correctly.
Correct. He's only been doing it with the Quantumon because he knew there was a Monte X in there, which could potentially out either of his other stacks.
Yes, which is playing it safe. But now it's getting a little dangerous for our guy with the Gamamon mat because no blockers, 2 hits left basically, and it's pretty much lights out once those, if any of those bodies like survive or, you know, whatever. It's really rough right now. I don't know how he's gonna do it unless he has a secret ace that he could possibly bridge into. But I don't think there's any like black aces that could really like answer like that, like the Alphamon's board right now. At least not right now. We do have later, but not right now.
I think he's contemplating on whether to swing or not.
I think you just got to take it, right?
I would start getting aggressive here. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you should know like your turn count is getting low. Whoa, this guy is playing tech out of tech out of tech.
Correct. This deck leaves you open to a lot of tech spaces. Typically, people will play it safe, play the one sort of agreed upon list with Venus as your level 6. You only play room modes as your level 7, 1 Death X for the mirror match.
It's so funny that like you could have like a bunch of poop just evolve to a dragon.
That's fair. And, I mean, that's just Digimon as a
I know. I remember my fun days. Having a a Gigimon going to Guilmon, going to a Gatomon, and then it turns into an angel. Like, like, how does a tomato become a dinosaur, become a cat?
Yes.
I can't sometimes with this game, but it is looking really, really rough for the guy on the right. It doesn't seem. We're just gonna hard play the Monse. Oh, can this be a
Yes.
blocker?
Potentially.
Potentially. He gets a slot something?
Yes, he pitches to the Evo and then is able to slot from trash to prevent 5 cost or lower from swinging.
Oh, interesting. I need to read these cards. Like, goddamn, like, they have so much good effects here. Like, whoo.
I maybe would have swung with the Nume X, but I understand where he's coming from. He's putting him at either you have to answer this board and give up your potential lethal, or I'm going to attempt to lethal you next turn.
But do we just swing out at this point? I don't see a reason
he
not
can
to,
only
right?
swing with the Quantum one right now.
Really? What happened to... Oh, are the other guys stunned?
Waru says...
Security minus?
No, your play cost 5 and lower cannot swing.
Oh, so he's getting blocked off.
Correct.
I see. Interesting. So he has to Evo up, which might be hard because I think a good amount of the level 5s were either seen or stuffed under that Quantumon.
Correct.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there is a blocker, so...
Actually, no, because he can...
He Evo it. Oh.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh, no.
Oh,
He's
wait,
choosing
huh?
not to.
Did he not see it? I mean, these board states are heavy. Oh, I think we're good now. Oh, wait, there's still 7, right? Oh, wow. You said 5 cost and below?
Correct.
Oh, so he's free now.
Sorry, I just see you myself.
Swing with Quantumon? I mean, there's nothing to fear. We know what's in there.
Correct.
But he does have a blocker.
Oh, I like this line of play then. He goes, I'm going to out the rest of your board, make sure you don't have lethal, and then swing. You're forced to block this.
Yep. And I think this summons something, right?
No, we have the Warumon one.
You know, I'm glad you're here because, goddamn, there's just so
And then-
much text on these cards.
And then that was the swing for game.
Oh, okay. Woo! Intense mirror right there. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! That is such a... This deck is so interesting.
Mhm.
There's a lot of creativity that's also just open to players.
Correct.
You could do whatever the frick you want. It's kind of like, again, design-wise, the game is moving towards, like, we're going to provide you engines, but your game plan is flexible.
I think the big thing is because you have to commit your Digimon onto the board, it lets your opponent interact with it more easily as opposed to before, where you can simply hide in the raising area, go all the way up, and then by the time you come out, your opponent has no way to interact.
Correct. Yes.
This way, yes, my effects are more powerful, but my opponent also has a chance to go, I'm going to control you too.
Mm-hmm. That's the magical thing about this deck. it's just like it could do the on-off switch. You could do whatever you want on the fly when you need to, and then it's like you're just gonna get like again rewarded for it because that was awesome. Like board assessment, board play, like that was really good. Like a lot of interesting interactions.
I do like that the Gamma player put him on. You need to have 2 level 5s to go for game. I don't know if I agree with de-evoing the blocker, with not de-evoing the blocker, because that simply
Just makes it easier, right?
correct. It just made game easier.
I mean, is there anything to really fear from a level 4 like that?
No.
No, that's why I was wondering too. Like that was a weird way to like go about it. Like de-evo the blocker to just make it completely safe, unless I mean there was a judge call, so we're
What's
gonna
up?
have that go.
Who? Oh. Nope.
So real
There's a
quick,
judge call.
the word have
We gotta get that
Digimon
solved
you
right
have. So if
away.
you have no Digimon in your
That's
battle area,
resolved.
or does it check rather? Does it use
so
the breeding area?
it
as well?
does
We're
not.
gonna
It
start
only
off
checks,
the game
battle
2.
area.
So our Alphamon guy is up 1. We see. Yo, this guy is interesting. Cool boy. Yeah, this is a tech I know that is present in the Numemon deck because you do play X antibodies and it can find your X antibody
Yes, it counts for
pieces and
itself.
also just make you
Because
react to
it would have set it
legendary
your other
cards.
Digimon.
Like it's. Oh, I love how flexible this deck is. It's crazy. All good, fam?
Yep. Just some
Alright.
quick ruling questions.
So, Alphamon guy has Cool Boy.
Yes, I saw that earlier through a search on game 1. This does make sense, right? Because you're able to grab your. I saw in his hand he was playing Proto, but you're able to grab Agumon X, Numemon X, as we see here. Nice search. Nice search.
Just grab, pick your favorite one, I guess.
That's
This
really
one.
bad for him, actually.
Yeah, I know, because now we don't do at the bottom.
Yes. That means out of his 4, he only has 2 potential to work with.
Yep, and we're probably not going to see him again unless we actually get that far. They do draw a lot, so you could see them again, but that's a lot of cycling you have to do.
Yeah. Like, granted, the Cool Boy helps, right? When you go Nume into Nume X or Monze into Monze X.
Yep. Uko,
Hatch.
gain extra memory.
Agu.
Agu. This looks like a very good setup start.
Typically, I would like to see this play. Show me Nume Satsuki, because
Yes,
that's what
please.
I'm expecting.
We're just going to swing with our boy here for the unleashing potentially, which we did. Oh, nope, it lived. Oh, it didn't? Oh, it's only 1K?
It is only 1K.
Oh, shit. Literally.
Nice. I do think Nume BT15 into Satsuki here would be the ideal pass, but I can understand. Yep.
We're just going to do it. Satsuki, equip. And we have that and free. Oh, it's still turn. My bad.
Yes.
Rush.
Yes.
Yeah, jamming.
I do like this play a lot. I might swing with the Uko here.
I think you want to keep it, right? This is one of those weird decks where you actually want to keep those Ukos, right?
Yes and no. If you feel like you want to get aggressive early on, you'll just swing with the Ukomon. It is 2K, so it has the potential to live. And knowing that, you might just risk it anyway. But if you want to get the value off the future raisings, get the... you want to get the value off your egg, because they run the Tsunomon from EX4, which allows you to draw when something else evos, which your Ukomons are never evolving, it's always your secondary stack.
Yes, that is correct.
Takes some time to think here. 3 memory to work with. Proto into Nume X, I'm assuming.
Oh, that's good. Make the Evo 1.
Yes.
Nice. Nice.
We found the rookie off of that.
That protoform is
I see the Agu X in hand, wondering if he's going to
just play it or just Evo in the back.
Evo in the back for a draw. I can see both happening. I can also see the Nume X swinging here. Grab back the, what's it called? The Agu X and recover the Proto if you really need to. I can also see a play potentially with the Monze, just like this. outing the Uko,
Mhm.
saying, no, you get one less swing.
One less swing and less value. Goodbye, good sir. Good night. Good night, sweet
Putting him
prince.
at 1, essentially 2 with the Satsuki.
Satsuki. You don't really need memory tamers in this deck, do you?
No. You typically don't want them either because it might mess up your memory count. You like putting your opponent to 1 a lot of the time.
Yeah, the cards are very cheap to play. Like the fact that champions are 3-drops here is kind of wild.
Yeah, because they're 3 drops to Evo, it lets you really mix and match how much memory you pay throughout the course of a turn. If you start at 2, you can Evo for 2 and say, go ahead, you can have 3. Or you can go, I'm going to slam this for 3, go ahead, you have 1.
Well, I did hear talks from our group that starter deck mat from the new Metal Gurumon one, like the purple mat, was a decent idea. But
Yes and no.
yes, it's a yes and no. I mean, personally for me, I just like working with 3 memory on my plays. That's just me personally. But I can see like there's just so much memory manipulation going on in this deck naturally that yeah, you can see why you don't really need it. Also, Satsuki and Luby are just basically like your memory tamers at this point because once you land 2 of either one, you're starting at 3, and now you have extra value.
I know the other reason people wanted to run the purple mat was not only because of the memory, but because of the potential to run Lament of Friendship. Because it would let you grab X stuff like your Numemon X, your Venusmon, your Ruin Mode or Death X after you've used them.
Looks like Protoform's doing God's work here, healing and getting a piece back. We're gonna swing it to that Protoform because we know it's there.
Yep, so you can just use a small body to swing.
Yep. It's not as good. Well, each X antibody has their pros and cons. The fact that one is a hammer spark.
Here's a jamming Monte X for 2 swings.
Ooh.
Thank you, Satsuki.
Thank you,
cool.
Satsuki. Thank you, Satsuki. We love you. Best girl.
And now what do you do from here?
Can you swing with? Did that Garamon just get played? I think so, right? I think so. So he can't swing, but...
No, I think the Chumon just got played.
Oh, so yes, we have an extra... I said put him at lethal, right? Just put him at lethal?
No, I like this.
Just secure lethal.
Correct, because technically you don't know what he's running. If that's an option that just wipes your board,
Oh, good night.
correct. He's able to respond in kind.
Yeah.
But this way you go, I'm making sure you have no way to answer me, and I only need to get 2 hits off. If you allow any of these 2 to live, that should just be game.
Mm-hmm. That's correct. All right, we're going to raise up with the Agu X. We got to draw a memory from Cool Boy. We did grab Satsuki, but none of those, unfortunately, because they're not X antibody. This is a little bit rough.
We know he has Proto, so this does let you climb up to a level 5 and keep turn. You can then potentially go Monte X and then wipe out 1 body, swing, clear another. The problem is what do you do from there?
Yeah, that's the problem. What do you do from that point? I don't think there's a way to come back from this. Unless there is a way that I'm not seeing. Unless it's some really weird line.
His real play to stay alive at this point is to climb up into Monte X, clear enough as possible, and then go into a Venusmon to prevent lethal.
Oh, that's tough.
It is a very tall order, but I think it's the only out he may possibly have.
I don't think he's playing Venusmon now. I don't think so. We're going to reuse Protoform, make that Nume X into 1.
Yep.
So we're saving memory on that, which is good. That can bridge into a Monze, definitely. Monze X, drop a body and clear some things. And then you're right, if he's running Venusmon, this is a good time to see it.
If he had a regular RB1 Monze, I would have preferred that. Yep.
Like that?
Because that's another minus 3k that you can get rid of a small body with.
Yep. And Monze X is minus 3k per body you have?
Yes, you have.
So you that's potentially 2 bodies.
So Monte X is when you play something, you minus 2k to 1 Digimon for each one of yours, so it would be 4k in this instance.
I do see an ace card in this guy's hand. That's pretty cool right now.
I do want to see this Monte X play, because I know he has it. He does need to answer as much of this board as possible on this turn.
Oh, look at that stack. So tall. So tall. It's like a bumblebee. Because of the yellow and black. I'm dumb, I know. Anyways,
Yep.
we have Nume coming down from the summon with the Satsuki. Ooh, I like that. That's one of the reasons why I'm interested to play this deck. Because you can do shit like that.
I mean, that's fair. Clear the Chumon. Still have 3 bodies to answer.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't think that guy can do it all. You're right, it has to be Venus, but I don't think he's running it.
Either that or clear 1 body, knowing you have the ace in hand, right? Swing jamming.
Because why not? Can't be a blocker anyway unless
If you
he
can
had X.
somehow go, knowing he has the ace, if you can go into a Monze on top of this Nume, you have a potential out.
This is still rough though. Because it's still lethal on board. And surprise lethal if there's a Nume Mansatsuki, you know?
That is very correct. Bump heads.
Bump heads. We are bumping heads. Or is he big? Oh, healing from Protoform.
Correct.
That is smart. We're going to heal with Protoform. Also secure a piece from our stack. Also, I think he gets to grab something, right?
So he gets to return 1 Digimon from his stack.
Yep. He doesn't play anything because I don't see the right inheritables. So he's grabbing Monze, which is...
Putting that to the top, and then
Yep.
the on deletion from the Nume X will play something out.
Wow. Looks like we did protect ourselves from lethal using the very interesting effects of Protoform.
Funny enough, if you play something like a... I know he has the Platinum Suke, I think. Or Nume. No?
You can play it out at that point, right? Or no?
Yes. If you go into a Monte here, actually, because we know he has it, you're able to clear another body off the board.
Oh, that's really good. Excuse me.
So you can go Evo on top of the Garomon, or Nume, doesn't matter which. Clear out this Ukomon, and then if he attempts to swing with the Numemon X, you then have the potential blast Evo target in the, what's it called? Zulong, I'm
What a
assuming.
really... That was from 1 stack, y'all. That is 1 stack doing God's work.
I did like that swing play. Granted, he had to be very careful with how he ordered all of that.
The attack was still risky, even with jamming, because you don't know what options they could be running.
Correct.
And the option could be like, zoop, and it's like, oh, there goes all my plans.
Right. But a lot of the times you are just going to be safe.
Yes.
You know that if they're going to be running options as text, it's going to be 1, maybe 2 of.
Yes.
If you run into it, cool, they had it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
There's no point in fighting it.
Nope.
You just see where you can go from there.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
All right.
And we see here, he got baited.
Oh,
Show
we
me
got
the ace.
Bounce it, boy. Good night.
Yep.
Goodbye. Bye, Garamon.
It's typically not the worst to get your Nume bounced. You wouldn't want to have it happen, though, because that's another turn that you need to take to set it up again.
Yep.
More importantly, though, it gets rid of your potential stack.
Yes.
And that's what's actually hurting more.
Yes, the fact that there's no stack on board now is really rough. We're just gonna drop the boy.
I do like this play. It puts you back to 0, lets you go into Monte X, and then potentially something like a Venus.
Yep. Did you see Venus?
In his hand, yes.
Oh, then that might be his saving grace. Also, I mean, Alphamon did do ace. There's now an overflow on board. So
Yep.
that is something
He's
to worry about.
He's going to Digivolve game 4, go back to 0.
Oh, that is just sexy.
And then use the effect,
Slot.
and then play cost 5 and lower cannot swing.
Goodbye, Garamon. Try to be an ultimate.
He would have to Evo to get the effect there.
Yep.
And then I'm expecting just Monte X here.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine him not having it, though, because I think he went through 2 of them already.
Alphamon player has been recycling with the protoforms, which is, I think, smart.
Oh, just playing it out.
Oh, we're just gonna gain some memory. It's 2, right?
Making it a blocker, question mark?
The fact that
No,
it's from...
okay.
Oh, we're gonna give it an on-deletion
What are we
effect.
giving -3? Okay, we're just clearing
Yeah.
the body off. Okay.
All right, so we got rid of the Azu Ace. We have 2 bodies on board now, but...
If the turn player can answer one of these bodies, they semi-prevent lethal. Because as it stands now, if he doesn't respond, that is 3 swings to his 2 security. And then if you do clear one out, you have to make sure you don't give too much memory because you leave yourself open to a potential Louis play.
Yes. It's kind of interesting to see like what these two decks can do, especially in the mirror.
Speaking of
Louis. Oh, that's like what? A 1-drop?
It is a 1-drop, yes.
Oh, we love to see that.
Game 1 from Uko, game 1 from Louis.
Yummy.
Show me another Uko.
Yes. Show me more.
Okay.
Okay. We were hoping.
I was waiting to see them strung
The
together.
Uko chain, right?
Yeah.
Uko,
I've
Uko.
lost to that one too many times.
Yeah, Uko.
Like, well, you know, if they have it, they have it.
Yep, I'm gonna be swarmed by a bunch of little alien babies. You know, it actually fits thematically. There's a bunch of random alien looking like slime in this deck.
Yeah.
My God, so thematic. What a grindy matchup I've been noticing.
Yeah, because the moment you let either player establish a wide enough board, you put yourself in danger.
Yeah, it's just a spiral from
Because
that
it
point
puts you on the back burner. You go, I need to respond now. I cannot advance my own game plan.
We're just gonna establish the ZY board.
There's another rush unit, so this is 3 potential swings here.
Yes. Do we take those? Or is it past turn?
He's able to actually out one of the Monzes.
Oh, that's crazy.
Minus 8,000.
Yo, can I just say this again? That Monze X
Here's
is
2
wild.
swings.
2 swings. No jamming though, but I don't think that matters.
He does.
Oh, he does?
Yes, he has
Oh,
Satsuki.
hi Satsuki. Nice to see you.
He already had one on board. He put it under this stack.
Gotcha.
And then he put another one from hand.
Oh, that's great.
To give himself
We're
rush.
just gonna go ham. We're just gonna ham. Oh wait, no. I guess not. Considering, I think you should push it. Well, maybe that's just too greedy, you know. Oh.
There's the quartz.
No, quantum.
Quantum.
Quantum. You're good. Okay, we're gonna send and look. Oh, there was like nothing to fear, but
Correct.
I understand the hesitation.
Correct. I also understand that. Actually, a very funny tech I've seen before is Mega Gargamon Ace for your Waru Montemons. Granted, it doesn't have its on play because they decided to whatever reason not make it on play. Which, you know, means you have a little bit less versatility, but because the effect is so powerful, some people just opt to run it.
Yep. Oh, got him on board. Empty once more.
I don't think there's any coming back from this. I think
yeah.
that board clear was way too abysmal.
It's too good. It was so good. Again, that Monze X just putting in God's work. Oh. And then Quantumon just like sealing the deal. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do a pseudo Chaos Degrade and be immune to your shit and also clear your board.
The problem is that this is an Uko, not any other Digimon that we can build a stack off of.
No, unfortunately.
Because
that is the downside to Uko. That is the only downside to Uko is that you can't, if you're playing a deck that also requires a stack, it might not help you out. But then again, this deck is also half rush. So that's why Uko is just amazing in this deck because along with the Louis, you just turbo out the raising babies so fast, having extra bodies, extra checks. It's just like, it's too much value for this type of deck. Honestly, BT16 is where this deck really, really shines.
Unfortunately, if he's not able to out any bodies, this should just be lethal.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're just going to swing it. I think it dies. I think it dies to something.
Nope.
Nope. Oh, I
It
think it hit a
was-
Satsuki. I think it hit a Satsuki. Oh, it has jamming. We love to see that.
Very cool.
Yeah, we love to see our bodies get jamming.
Unfortunately, it doesn't do anything here.
No, no.
It might have actually made it worse.
Yep, we're just gonna play the Monzemon again, preventing Garamon, Ukomon, and Numemon from swinging outright.
Really, the only thing this does is just go, you need to have 2 level 5s again.
Again. However, not passing as much memory, but then again, the guy is gonna get 4. Oh, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes, that's a lot of memory to work with. Okay, draw, move up Agu, zoom up to like
One, two, three,
4.
4.
So we go 6. Yeah?
Just doing the maths.
I think it's 6.
Yep.
Yep. Oh.
And now he has the potential to go into 2-5s and still swing for game.
Mm-hmm. The question, I think it now is like, yeah, you're right. Does he have it?
There's 1.
There's 1.
Draw.
Draw. Slot.
Now what will he do?
Ooh, we're just clearing board, I think.
Yep.
I
If
think
you
we
play,
just-
if we play out another body, this is an extra 2K, so it'll be 12.
Oh my god, that's so much DP.
Like, granted, they're small, but it can only be applied to one target. More importantly, there's an extra security check.
Oh, let's see. This is game, right?
Yes, because we
Yeah.
know what's in there. You have jamming.
And there's no blocker.
Correct.
Good. All right. Good night. Winner goes to Alphamon.
Matt.
Matt. Because I don't know the guy's name.
Listen, that should be Chris Hansen.
You're right.
right.
Welcome to round 3. I'm tired. How are you?
Still good to go.
I hope so. It's gonna be a long ass day for us.
Yes.
Classic, right?
Greymon versus Greymon.
Well, one is
granted, they're both different.
Yes,
they both
we
aim
have,
to do different things.
Yes, we have War Greymon and Shine Greymon. Still Greymon, just not exactly the same.
Correct. They both have very different tools available to
Yes,
them.
yes.
Very different lines, very different gameplay styles. In terms of who I think is favored a little bit more, I would probably say Raid Greymon. Solely because you can take advantage of the bodies that are up on board. And if you manage to go into a big enough line, the DP minus from the Shine Greymon player will not affect you that much.
Yeah. Especially since War Greymon is known to be like, I'm gonna have a bunch of DP. I'm gonna be like 25k or something like that.
And then become a blocker after that.
Yeah, it's great.
So yes, you can attempt to swing with your smaller dudes. You know, make them smaller. At the end of the day, if you cannot get over them with your final big dude, you're not gonna have a good time.
Yeah, no. He was a menace in BT11.
Yeah, and Shine Greymon was a menace in BT13.
Oh, the Age of Greymon was not a fun time, y'all. It was not a fun time.
More importantly, knowing both of these players, they like to run a lot of techs, mainly removal options, which will come up more in favor of the Raid War Greymon.
Oh, I guess. Oh.
Just getting the early stack off board, I'd like this play a lot.
It's so big, too. Woo! We get that piercing, too?
No, he simply used it to raid. Oh,
No, he did the X antibody swing. They just sped up a little bit to play.
very well.
Yeah. So, oh boy, that guy is big.
Now, what Shine does have available to them is their in-archetype removal, which is all DP minusing. So even if they have, even if Raid War has some sort of protection from effects, it still cannot prevent itself from being deleted.
Well, it's very, very big. That boy is tall, it's big, it's scary, it's ready to bite someone's head off. Oh my god. How many swords are in that guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. God, that's up. He's a tall boy, literally. Oh, this might be a quick round, honestly.
Yeah. I think the Shine Greymon just getting out of there through the raid was just really bad. I think they needed that stack to live.
They definitely
and they
did.
were not expecting just a very strong start from the Raid War player.
Especially with the X antibody swing. The X antibody swing is what really made it really, really powerful. The fact that now you get extra DP upon extra DP upon extra DP. It's like, oh yeah, I'm good, fam. I'm going to clear whatever I want. It's great.
Yeah, the only thing they had to worry about, if they even knew about it, was the option insecurity, if it was there. Luckily, they didn't hit it. They managed to secure the board, and then that led to just them securing the game as a whole.
Yeah, I think maybe that level 5 raise was a little bit risky because you can't clap back after they cleared your only body. Shine is still a stack deck at the end of the day. It just uses Marcuses to just be like, I'm going to bum rush your security with these giant men with this.
Correct. One relies on going slightly wide. The other relies on one stack being really hard to out. The problem is when you out the going wide board, if they don't have anything to come back with, that typically leads to the end of the game.
That's why, sometimes these games will end really fast depending on what they are, because Greymon and Greymon can do God knows a lot in just a short amount of turns, and we just hit full value from that Agumon search.
It's really strong. But in terms of game one, I understood coming out really early, right? You get to set up a lot of your resources. You get to set up your draws. You try to control a little bit of the board. I think in the actual matchup, however, you want to stay at safe as long as possible.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was trying to shine, I tried my best to be a little bit more safe, because if I don't see Marcuses, I don't see this, I don't see that, then I'm just stuck, for a while. So I try my best to, stay in the back, try to, create, a stack that could utilize my Marcuses. But, I mean, we know these players, too. They both have very distinct play styles. I think our guy playing Shine, he does play a lot up front. That's just how he plays. He does a lot of things up front. We are seeing a very slow build-up of momentum here. We do see Greymon dropping Tide, which is really nice. We have Agu X. I'm surprised he's still playing that.
No,
And,
it makes
oops,
sense.
Agumons.
Yeah. Because you run into that a lot, right? This didn't cost you anything. In fact, it actually gave you a search. If you hit a Greymon for that, that just means you got increased value. None of your stuff gets hurt by you playing this, except for this.
Yeah. Oh wait. No, that's not right.
Hold on.
Oh no. Our judge has to go to the rescue because unfortunately you cannot play a yellow card with only red bodies on board. So that was a mistake.
Winston,
Yeah, if you guys didn't
training.
know, you can't
No
play
color source.
options without having the respective colors on board. So just because you have yellow in sources does not mean it's an active yellow
And then
source
you,
on board.
off the
So let's see if they can try to
Augu
fix
X,
that.
it's
I
only
think
one.
it's like a simple fix.
You
because
grab
we
both the
just grab
Greymon and the
card,
Omni X.
one go to the bottom.
Yep.
So we're just gonna fix the board state pretty quickly here. Not much has progressed, so not really a big deal. Like that's the one thing, guys. Like if you have trouble like knowing like what to do in certain scenarios, you could just if it's not that bad, just rewind the board state, and it's nothing that detrimental. You just gave your opponent free information. All good?
Yep.
All right. So instead of playing training, we will go into a Geo Greymon instead. But this Geo Greymon, I don't think has a level 5 it can chain into to drop a Tamer.
No, he needed the yellow source just to get the search off.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well,
What hurts more here is because you have to commit more to this stack just to play it out.
that's what I was wondering. Like, if you have an extra Augu, I would put that in Raising actually. But it did clear away 3 Augus you would have been drawing, so I guess that's kind of an interesting thing.
It depends. If he needed those, I think he would have preferred to just have the Agumons in the hand.
Oh, I think we're just gonna wumbo here. Oh, the value.
I don't even think this is that bad. It wasn't the crazy stack you saw before.
Yeah, without X antibody, this is not actually damaging. We're just gonna make this guy really tall and draw a bunch of cards. Yo, that boy thick. Only like what, 10k? I think it's 10k. Oh no, it was actually suspended because it just
Yes.
rated. I don't know his hand, but it looks like we are grabbing the ultimate. Could signal having champion in hand ready to go. I mean, this is scary. This is beyond scary. Like, I don't know if Shine has enough to withstand 2 stacks coming out.
As long as there's no security pluses, this stack isn't that threatening.
Yeah. Oh, we're just going to play more setup. Is he missing his Mega?
That's a very real possibility.
Not sure what he grabbed. Because he just played the memory boost. Oh, never mind. Mega has been formed.
Unfortunately, you only get 1 swing here.
I think that's fine for Shine. Ooh, Shining Blast. And I think we're just going to melt that Agumon away. Goodbye. And shrink this guy a little bit.
Yeah.
It did get an extra Marcus on board.
More importantly, that's your memory resetter. So now, opponent has to be careful with how much they give you. They don't want to give you too much value.
Which I think he's just going to take another swing. Oh, wait, no, he can't. There's nothing to rate into.
Correct.
Okay. Anyways. Because I'm forgetting more Greymon cards left and right. So Shine actually survived this turn. And there's only 1 stack on the field, which is not bad. No security pluses, so like you said, it's nothing dangerous.
Well, now he does because of the tie. But
yeah, true, yes.
But even then, he doesn't have a real way to close out game.
No, just leave him at 1. Unless he does the Omnimon thingy. No, then you turn off your tie.
Correct.
That's the awkward part. I guess that's why I don't really like red tie too much, but it is being used again because it's just the extra damage. Ooh.
Hitting on training.
Ooh, look at this setup here. But does Shine Gray have, like, the extra... Is he going to take a second check? I think he did. Oops.
No, 2 checks. One was Geogray, the other was training.
Oh, okay. But this is rough. Unless unless Shine has a level 4, I don't think there's a way to clear this game out. He does have 2 trainings.
He does. Okay. Ooh, he doesn't.
Oh, what? Is this just... Oh, that's not a good sign. But what can you do? I guess you drop a rookie training.
Yeah, because if you dropped a rookie on the turn prior, it would get rated into and then allow for even further swings.
Yeah.
This turn, you kind of have to play it by ear.
If he has Searcher Agu, that's a game. Because now Greymon definitely has lethal.
1,
2,
2.
oh.
Yeah, and then just scooping it up. Did not find any of the pieces
That was a
necessary.
sad match. I'm sorry, y'all. That was really, really sad to watch. Shine just getting demolished by War Greymon.
It wasn't even that. It was mainly they were just looking for very specific pieces, which is the problem you run into when you play these large red stack decks.
Yeah, it's a big problem with Shine Greymon is that it's just as piece reliant as most other stack decks, and it's just really rough when you don't see everything. It's just like I felt like had he had a level 4 and hopefully level 5, he could just blast off.
We saw just a really good line from the War Greymon player, knowing that okay, I need to control these stacks as much as possible. I don't care about getting the value too much off my level 6s. I just need to make sure that I can take control of this game in some form.
It's really sad when you don't get there even with all that setup. Like that was if he did have the line, I think that would have been game.
Potential game. He had a lot of just aggression available to him that he just couldn't make use of.
That's the rough part when you just brick with the Shine Gray deck. It's like it's still part red, so and red's been known to just brick all the time.
Yeah, because red notoriously doesn't have too much in terms of draws. It has a couple of searchers, depending on the archetype, but in terms of just raw draw power, it doesn't have that much.
Yeah, that was really rough. Well, I guess we're just gonna have this round be a little bit short, but that's good for us. In the meantime, we're just gonna go on break, and we'll see you guys back for round 4.